Sorry, guys. I'm having a bad case of buyer's remorse. Welcome to the Red Desk, the place for learning about all the ins and outs of homeownership. Today, we're talking about mistakes. Who hasn't made one, or many? Ever buy something and immediately want to return it? I know I have. Regretting a pair of jeans is one thing. Regretting a home purchase is a whole other. That's the kind of mistake that stays with you. So, you ready to make the leap? But maybe you're getting cold feet? No worries. Buying your first home is really exciting and nerve-wracking. My hands get clammy just thinking about it. Whew. When I bought my first house, it was like I was literally standing on the doorstep to my new life. It's a really cool experience, and I'm excited for you to have it. But the thing about home buying is, it's really easy to get carried away. There are so many things to remember and figure out before you sign on that dotted line. It doesn't matter if you're super organized or if you're like me and you can't keep a calendar. If you don't know what to look for when you're buying a home, you are going to make mistakes. And they could cost you big time. Today, I've got a listicle for you. 7 of the biggest home buying mistakes and how to avoid them. These are the classics, and if you take each of these lessons to heart, you're way more likely to walk out of the home buying process feeling like a champ. Houses are a lot like puppies, easy to get attached to. But you should never go puppy shopping before you see if the people you're living with are cool with dogs. Same thing goes for houses. Waiting on your loan approval? Stick to window shopping on Rocket Homes before you start setting up appointments to see houses. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Fact is, the amount you're approved for can change literally everything. So be patient and get your mortgage approved first to narrow your search. Appraisers make sure that the seller is pricing the home appropriately. No funny business. But they also make sure that the buyer doesn't pay more than they should, no matter how much they love the home. Your mortgage lender will only give you a loan up to the appraised value of the home you want to buy. So if the appraisal comes in lower than asking price, you can't ask for a bigger mortgage. You'll have to make the difference up yourself in cash. Don't get upset. If the professional is saying your dream home isn't worth the money, you should listen and keep looking. There are always more fish in the sea. Say it with me. Not all lenders are created equal. It's like different airlines. Sure, they may all get you to the destination, but the experience and price can change a lot. And it's easy to forget that even though you can feel like the lenders have all the negotiating power, you are a customer that they want. Own it. So what should you look for? Well, interest rates and annual percentage rates for sure. But you should also keep title fees, closing costs, customer service, and reputation in mind too. Lower rates and fees can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. It's true, but remember that you're about to be working with this company for decades. Make sure it's someone who treats you with respect. Remember, you aren't just buying the house, you're buying the neighborhood. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You gotta think about schools, noise, neighbors, how close the grocery store is there a donut shop within a 5-minute walk for those really important times when you need a donut? You know what I mean. The point is, don't forget to zoom out when buying a home. You're buying a lifestyle too. Number 5 is simple, but sometimes our dreams get the best of us. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Just because you can buy a more expensive house doesn't mean you should buy a more expensive house. Mortgages can feel so big they lose some of their meaning too. So in choosing between a $250,000 loan and a $300,000 loan, it's easy to be like, what's another $50,000 when I'm spending $250,000? Instead of thinking about it that way, just imagine you got a bill in the mail for $50,000. Feels like a lot of money now, yeah? When you're caught up in the home buying fever, it's easy to look past issues that feel small. But if you notice any red flags, think about the worst possible outcome and make sure the buy is still worth it if that were to happen. Here are a couple to watch out for. Low school rankings or high crime rates, interior or exterior odors, DIY repairs, renovations, and additions, pest damage, lack of permits or compliance documentation, any other issues raised by the inspector, or any issues potentially downplayed on the housing disclosure. The trick to keeping your spidey senses sharp is simply remembering that people get attached to houses and overlook things. Knowing you are susceptible to bias equals a defense against that bias. On the other hand, you're about to spend a lot of time in this house. Don't settle when making one of the biggest decisions of your life. The last thing you want to do is force yourself to live with something you hate or feel lukewarm about. If something bugs you, own it and figure out if it's a deal breaker. Our advice? Make a list of those absolute deal breakers and keep it with you when looking at homes. If the home features one of those deal breakers, it isn't the one for you. This makes it easier to not get emotionally attached to any home unless it checks all the boxes. We made it! Counted all the way to 7. Now that you've got these memorized, the next step to making your dream a reality is to get approved for a mortgage. Don't forget that getting a good real estate agent is half the battle. If you want to work with a bunch of smart people who just want to see you happy and successful, living your best life with your feet up, sipping a Mai Tai poolside outside a cute 2-bedroom Cape Cod, then Rocket Mortgage is perfect for you. What are you waiting for? Go start your approval process at the link in the description. Get approved at rocketmortgage.com. Thanks so much for watching our video today. If you want to check out more videos, click here and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.